We are actually one day away from the official patch notes, but we keep getting new information. So today we are going to talk about server merge leaks, and we will check out the Q&A with developers regarding the next major update. Plus we have some information about the new Shadow War system as well. First of all, this so-called server merge leak is a post on Reddit from a brand new account, so this is probably just fake news. But if it's true, it looks like we are gonna have some big server merges in the near future. It looks like they are going to merge almost all servers with each other. For example, there is going to be only one French-speaking server. Same thing applies for the others as well, and this server merge stuff is just about Europe. And we are going to have only 2 English-speaking servers, which sounds not that good, to be honest. Merging all servers this early doesn't feel right, but like I said, this is probably just fake news. And if they are really going to merge servers, they should find out which servers are dead and just merge those with more active servers. Merging this many servers in just one move sounds too lazy. Now moving on to the new Shadow War system, we have some new information. The new Shadow War is divided into 4 battlegrounds: Pinnacle, Legend, Elite and Valor. Each battleground can have a maximum of 3 matches. The points awarded for winning each battlegrounds are Pinnacle 8 points, Legend 4 points, Elite 2 points, Valor 1 point. The clan with the highest total points across all battlegrounds wins the war. This basically means Shadow Wars are going to be heavily dominated by Whale clans. But at least we are going to have some actual fights, so it's going to be fun to play, I guess. Now let's check out this developer Q&A. By the way, this post is translated by a player called Budek. Let's start with the first question. Can you give us some details on what to expect from the upcoming September 21st update? And the answer is, Shadow War has been completely revamped and new gameplay is about to be introduced to make clan vs clan more exciting. More players can participate and the battle is more engaging. Also, non-Warband members can now participate in castle activities such as Purge the Depths and Atlas defense to make it easier to complete the group activities. Huge changes are being added to the legendary gem system. In addition to introduction of the stage upgrade function and auxiliary gem feature, a new energy transfer function will also be tested to reduce the cost of switching gems. We do believe that with these gradual updates, changing your legendary gems will be so much easier. Lastly, we are optimizing the player day-to-day activities, which has been our focus during planning. Currently, if the dungeon is not a bonus dungeon, it is very difficult to form a party for it. Because of this, we are introducing a new feature to facilitate finding a 4-man team for any dungeon quickly. Additionally, common feedback with regards to the daily quest and experience mentions that these quests are tiring, repetitive and poorly rewarded. So we converted these daily quests to weekly quests and some tasks have been optimized. We also made quest requirements a lot easier. And the second question is, Shadow War is very boring. Most of the time it ends in just few minutes, even seconds. What can be done to make it more exciting? And the answer is, the current format of Shadow War lacks patience and does not feel like there is a head-to-head confrontation between clans. It should be more engaging, wherein the players should be able to feel the intensity of a war, which is why it's called Shadow War in the first place. In our September 21st Shadow War update, we introduced a MOBA-like gameplay. The war will take place on a long and narrow pathway. There are 2 enemy towers and 1 shadow crystal on each side of the battlefield. Destroying the crystal will win you the game. Points are obtained after winning a battle. The clan with the highest points across all games win the Shadow War. And now we are moving on to the third question. It's very difficult to upgrade legendary gems, especially the 5-star gems. It is very expensive to gather gem power, and before you are done upgrading it, a new gem that you want to try comes along, making it impossible for us to try new gems because the energy was used in the upgrading the older gems. What are your plans to improve this pay-to-win area of the game? Upgrading legendary gems still has some problems and we never stopped optimizing it. In response to this issue, we will make the following changes. The stage upgrading we introduced on the test servers well received by players, so we will expand this feature to be available to rank 5 gems and above. Well, we don't have test servers in Europe, so I guess this might be only for Chinese servers or something like that. Then there are concerns about the cost of switching legendary gems. With the continuous introduction of new legendary gems, players who already upgraded 8 gems will have to bear the high cost of upgrading a new one, which makes it very difficult to try new gems. We will launch a new feature in the future so that players can easily transfer gem power from one gem to another, thereby reducing the cost of upgrading new gems. Finally, regarding the auxiliary gem feature we launched in July on some test servers, your current legendary gems can be embedded with an additional gem called auxiliary gem After doing so, the gem effect of your actual gem will be temporarily replaced by the rank 1 effect of the auxiliary gem. This feature will be available on all servers on September 21st to help our adventurers explore more combinations of gem effects and experience an even richer combat engagement. And the next question is about dungeons. Some dungeons are unpopular, making it very difficult to farm their green drops, as you need to wait a longer time to find a party for them. Can you do something about this? And the answer is, we will introduce a new feature called Random Dungeon to solve this concern. By joining a random dungeon queue, the system can quickly match players to any dungeon that is about to start, thereby reducing the waiting time for players to find a party. Completing a random dungeon will also give you additional rewards. Next question. Immortal rewards sucks compared to Shadows. No one wants to be immortal. How can you make players want to be immortal? And the answer is, the tedious task of immortals discourage many players. With the upcoming update, we have reduced this burden. As with the Shadows, the daily tasks of Immortals are now weekly tasks. We also improved the visual effects of the Immortal Cape to make it more appealing, and most importantly, if the Immortal Reign is long enough, the Immortal Cape will become permanent, non-expiring reward. Well, that sounds interesting. And the last question is, when can we gender change? It's already under development. We focused first on the class change function and ensured that it was stable before proceeding with the gender change. Rest assured, it will be released once it's ready. As for the time frame, expect it to be released this year. And that's all for this Q&A with developer. And that's all for this video as well. We are going to get the new patch notes tomorrow, so we will see what's actually going to happen. I will make a new video right after the patch notes drops, and I will be live on my YouTube channel as well. Now that's all for this one, and take care.